Hey folks, it's Dave here again, playing some more Shootout hockey tonight. As tonight it's the Quebec Nordiques taking on the Boston Bruins. And tonight I'm doing something a little bit different, and I will explain in 1 second. But first off, you need to check out the website for Shootout Hockey. It's shootouthockey.game.com, www.shootouthockey.game.com. That's where you can go and get some info on this game as far as how to, get it in the whole bit. So yeah, check that out if you're interested in playing this terrific game. Tonight, what I want to do is I want to see how quick I can actually play a game. Okay, this is supposed to be a very fast and quick hockey game. Now, you can get as deep as you'd like with stats and a whole bit, but for tonight, I want to see how fast I can actually play a game. Okay, so here are the criteria for tonight. I'm just looking for a final score. Okay, I don't want anything crazy. I'm not going to do any stat keeping, and I'm going to go with the original rules instead of some of the house rules that I usually use, with the exception of the end of period rule, which is basically the period cannot end on a roll of the blue dice, is that last roll will actually count, and I'll explain that when I get there. So that's how we're going to do it tonight. So I have a little timer over here. Let me get my timer set on the side. Okay, so I got my timer over here that I'm going to put on the side, and let's see how long it takes from soup to nuts, and that includes the roll in the beginning to see what the offense is going to be and to see who's in net as well. Okay, so I'm going to hit that in 1 second. Now, I am also going to do a video with everything, with stats, and do it up right with a nice display here in the whole bit, and see how long that takes. So we'll have an idea on how fast you can play it, and if you really want to get into it, how long an actual game will take. And also, too, before we get going here, I am really excited to show you that I got the fast action cards. Yeah, I did. I went down to Staples today, had them printed out, and they actually cut them all out. It's a nice heavy stock. They're full color. They're absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so like I say, if you look at them, look how tight they are. They did a terrific job for me down at Staples today. They did all these here too. So all my seasons now are printed out full color, heavy stock. So I am ready to rock and roll with Shootout Hockey. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to start the timer, and we're going to kick things off. We're going to see, what the offense is and who's in net, and then play a game without any stats and see how fast we can go. So timer is on now. So we're rolling. So let's see. Let's start with the away team. So we're going to see Boston. We roll for them, and they have a 2. So the away team will be D on the scoring. Now let's roll for the home team. Quebec will be blue, and they are a 5. Oh, so at home they are a D also. So both teams are a D offense, okay? Let's see who's in net for Boston, okay? We got Riggin, Keynes, and Peters. So let's see who's in net. So that is a 43, so that will be Riggin will be in, no, I'm sorry, that'd be Keynes. So up to 36 is Riggin, so Keynes is in net. So Keynes, and Keynes is F. So that's who's in net for Boston. And now let's see who's in net for Quebec. That is an 11, so that's going to be Malarchuk. So Malarchuk against Keynes tonight is the goaltending matchup. So now what we need to do is check our scoring table. So Boston is away. So what is Malarchuk over there? Malarchuk is an E-rated goalie, okay? You can hear my dogs barking upstairs. Please pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. So let's start with the away offense. Let's get some numbers from them. So if we're going to go to our scoring chart right here, they were D. So away offense is column D, and they are shooting on E. So if I look over here, so there's D, and I believe that's E right there. So 11 to 16 will be the Boston scoring chances, and if we add 5 on from there, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so up to 25 on the power play. So now Quebec is the home team, so they're in the bottom chart. So they're shooting on an F goalie, and their rating is D also. And if my numbers are correct right here, that is 54 to 66. And if I look at my chart, Going back 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 44 is the low for power plays. Okay, so that took us a little over 2 minutes to figure out who's in net and to get our offenses and our charts ready. And so let's go. We're going to fire this up and start a game right now. And again, I'm not going to keep any stats. I'm just going to play the game out. I'm looking for a final score. So here we go. 20 minutes on the clock. And here we go. So now 2 minutes kick off with that right there. And that's a 33. And that's a penalty on the Bruins. Okay. So now, again, I'm not looking to see. I'll see if it's a major penalty. So on my penalty chart, I'm going to get that. Again, I just want to make sure it's not a major penalty, okay? So 3 and 7 on my penalty table. No, it's just a normal penalty again. So Boston is shorthanded. Now, I'm not going to write down anything here. Again, I'm just looking for a final score. So Quebec's on the power play. So now Quebec, 44 to 66, gets them a scoring chance. So here's the first roll on the power play. That is a 36. That is a penalty on the home team. So let's see if they have a major penalty. So that is a 59, and that is not a major penalty. So 1 minute ticks off the clock. Teams are playing at even strength right now on the next roll. And that's a 25. So that is nothing right now. So now Boston is on the man advantage for one roll right now. And that is a 14, and it is a scoring chance for Boston. So Boston on the power play has a scoring chance. So let's see who's going to take that shot. That is 2 and a 3. So R. So let's look over here for Boston and find an R. And that is Charlie Simmer. So Charlie Simmer. Okay, shot on net on the power play for Boston. Whoop. And that is a 4. So he's on the power play, he's shooting from the slot. Chances are good, and a 4 is a goal. All right. Here we go. So Boston goes up 1-0 on the power play. Again, I'm not going to roll for assists. I just want to see how fast I can play this game. So Boston goes up 1-0. So 2 more minutes tick off the clock here. Actually, I'm sorry, 1 more minute ticks off the clock here. So that was 15. Yep, there we go. And that's a 14. That's another chance for Boston. Scoring chance for Boston. They're up 1-0 already. That is a 3 and a 6. So on my chart, oh, we got a rare play. If you can believe it, we have a rare play. So let's roll on the rare play right here. And that is a 7. Okay, so let's take a look at our chart here. On a rare play, 7. Scoring chance for a dash-rated skater. So let's take a look at our dash-rated skaters, okay? So John Blum, look at that. There's one guy in the team. John Blum is going to roll for a goal, okay? 2 to 5 is a goal for John Blum. And it's a 6. That's why he's not a goal scorer, folks. So no goal for Blum. He had an easy chance to score, and John Blum did not score. So let's continue on here. Okay, 3 off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 12 minutes to go. And that is a 16. That's another scoring chance for Boston. Boston piling up the chances here. So that is a, let's see, 5 with the 5. And so A. So who's A over here? So that is Keith Crowder with a chance. Even strength, Crowder with a chance. And he's going to shoot that from the point, and it's a 6, and that is no goal. So we play on here in the first period. 1-0 Boston. 2 more minutes come off the clock. 1 more minute comes off the clock. That's a 14. That's another chance. Bruins piling up the chances on Malarchuk right now. Who's going to shoot this one? This is a 1 and a 9. I on the chart. Casper. Stevie Casper with a chance. Casper is going to shoot from the face-off circle with a 6, and that is no goal. Malarchuk stops that as well. So a couple minutes come off the clock here. We're down to 9 minutes to play in the period. That is a 46, and nothing going on right now. So 2 more minutes come off the clock. We're down to 7 minutes, and that is a 52. And, almost a scoring chance for the Nordiques. They still have yet to test. Doug Keen's in the net. This is 1 minute off the clock right now. A 53, and again, Almost a scoring chance for Quebec. They need a 54, and they didn't get it. So here we go. 2 minutes off the clock here, down to 4 minutes to play. At 15, Boston, a scoring chance. The Bruins, let's see who's going to take this shot. 4 and 9, that is. So that is C. Who's my C player over here? Peterson. Barry Peterson with a chance. 2 is going to be from the point, and that's a 7, and that is no goal. A long shot is stopped. So now 2 more minutes down, the final 2 minutes here. Now the period, and that is, we got to roll that red one again. 35, penalty on Boston. So Boston will get a penalty, and that's a 3 and a 6. And on the penalty table, oh boy, we got to go to penalty B. So we got to go to the chart. Penalty B right now. What does penalty B say for the Bruins? Okay, 4 and 9 on penalty B. 2 and 2. That's a double minor for roughing, and if you want to call it, it's on an X player. So it could be either on Courtnall or Bork. But again, since we're not really keeping stats, it's irrelevant. So we got 4 minutes of power play coming up for Quebec. So we're gonna at the end they'll get 2 rolls here to finish out the period on the power play. Okay, that's a 12. That's a short-handed chance for Boston, though. So let's get it down to 1 minute here. 1 minute to play. Short-handed for Boston. 2 and 7. That is going to be A again. So Crowder short-handed. Now, short-handed shot's a little bit different. It is just 2 dice right here, and it's 2 to 12. So let's see. That is a 9, and that is no goal saved by Malachek. So now one last roll to end the period, and that's a 35, and that's another penalty on Boston. So the period will end with Boston picking up another minor, and that's a 3 and a 7 on that penalty. And so that's a minor penalty on whomever. So that'll end the first period. So after 1, Boston up 1-0. Here we go. And now we start the second period. So that first period, folks, let's just take a look at my timer here. We had a lot of action in that period. That took about 9.5 minutes, okay? And there was a lot of action in that period. So Quebec, they have a man advantage right now for 2 more minutes. Actually, they got a double man advantage. I'd have to actually look to see if we add on more scoring chances. I think we actually do on that. I think we add some more on there. So here we go. We're going to roll Quebec on the power play here. 2-man advantage. That's a 26. So, boy, that is nothing, actually. So now we've got the 19. So here it is. Last chance on the 2-man advantage for Quebec. That's a 43. No, instead, Quebec picks up a penalty. So the Bruins kill it off, and Quebec picks up a penalty. A 2 and an 8, rather, on the table there. That's a normal penalty. So now Boston kills off the 2-man advantage, and Quebec now has to kill a penalty. So Boston, actually, we don't need the blue dice because Boston's on the power play. So that is a 13. That is a scoring chance. Boston, a lot of scoring chances in this one. So 3 and 8. Let's see who takes the shot. E. Who's over here? E. Courtnall. Jeff Courtnall is going to take the power play chance for Boston. Courtnall, that doesn't look too bad. So power play 4 and 10. Power play from the slot and 10. That is a goal. Power play goal. And the Bruins lead 2-0. So the man will come out of the box for Quebec. And 2 minutes tick off the clock. And that's a 46. And that is nothing for nobody right now. And we continue on here. Another minute off the clock. A 35. Penalty on the Bruins. Very penalty-filled game right here. So look at my penalty chart. That is 5 and a 10. And that is another penalty in the B column for the Bruins. Let's see what this is going to be. So a 1 and a 5. Oh, we get a 5-minute major and a 10-minute misconduct for spearing. So Quebec now has 5 rolls on the man advantage here. So here we go. Great chance of the Nordiques get back into this game. So that is a 14. And wouldn't you know it, it's a shorthanded chance for Boston again. So we're down to 14 minutes. That's 1 roll. I'm going to try to make a little note over here. So that's 1 roll on the penalty. So 6 and 5. Shorthanded bid right now for M. Who is M over here? Kluzak. Gord Kluzak, the defenseman. A lot of guys that are in the Nesson booth in this game. shorthanded is just the 2 dice. So I'm going to put this one back. So shorthanded for Kluzak. And that is a 4. That is not a goal. So we continue on. Quebec on the man advantage. This is their second roll on the 5-minute major. And that's a 14. And wouldn't you know it, scoring chance for Boston. They're getting all the scoring chances in this game. This is hilarious. 5-5 right now. So that is A. A is Crowder. Crowder, shorthanded chance. Again for Boston. That's a 7. Shorthanded chance is no go. So now we're down to 13 to play. Another roll here on the 5-minute major. 35. And that is going to be a penalty on Boston. So Boston will be 2 men down again. Holy smoke. And 1 and 8. That is a normal penalty. So Boston is in the box for 2 more rolls. The next 2 rolls are 2-man advantages here. And I think I got to give extra to Quebec here, I think. I'm not sure how that goes. A 22 is nothing. And this is the last roll on all the power plays here. And it's a 12. It's a scoring chance for Boston. So Boston's killed off all of the penalties. They had all the scoring chances. And here we go. So who's going to take this shot now? So I got a 2 and a 5. So that is K. K is... Do I have a K? Let me see. I don't... Oh, I do. Middleton. Oh, good. My favorite Bruin. Rick Middleton. He is my favorite Bruin. Even strength chance for Boston now by Rick Middleton. Oh, not a good one. 1 and 9 from the point. Oh, he fooled the goalie. It's a save. I need to roll the save for Malachuk. So 7, 9, or 10 makes a save. Middleton from the point fires this one through a screen. Malachuk trying to make the save at a 7, 9, or 10. No, it's a goal. Middleton. And it's 3-0 for Boston here at Le Colisée. All right. Back to the action here. Another minute comes off the clock, and that's a 54. Finally, it's a chance for Quebec. Quebec with a scoring chance down by 3. 6 and a 5. That would be M. So M on this side. Who is taking the shot? Kumpel. Kumpel is going to take the shot for Quebec. A 1 and a 7. That's from the point, and that's an easy save for Keynes. We move on. 3 minutes come off the clock right now. 7 to go in the second period. A 55 chance for Quebec. Quebec now with some chances. 55, and that is A. So your A player over here, Goulet. Michel Goulet with a chance. Moving in on Keynes. Oh, this one looks good. A 5 and a 10 from the slot, and that is a goal for Michel Goulet. And it's now 3-1. So another minute ticks off the clock here in the second. That's a 22. That is nothing for nobody. Another minute off the clock here. 5 minutes ago, and that is a 31. And nothing doing on the 31. Another minute off the clock here, and that's a 44. Nothing for 44 right now. Time ticking away in the period. Down to 2 minutes to go. It is a 32. And teams are still skating hard right now in the second period. Okay, so that will be the final roll of the period. It is a 14. It is a scoring chance for Boston. Final minute of the period. 1 and 7. A for Boston. A is Crowder again. Crowder moving in, trying to make it 4-1. A 4 and a 7 from the face-off circle. No goal. That is a save, and that will end the second period. So let's take a look at our timer here, how long we've played. We are up to 16 minutes right now. This actually has been an action-packed game, so that's not too bad. So here we go, 20 minutes to go, 3-1 Boston. 1985 teams were playing tonight. Couple of minutes off the clock, and that is a 15 scoring chance for Boston again. Holy smoke, the scoring chances. 1 and 6 on the chart. It is C. C is Peterson. Barry Peterson moves in on Malachuk. Peterson, 5. That might be good. 5 and a 9 from the slot, and that's a score. It's 4-1 Boston. Again, I'm not rolling assists. I'm just trying to see how quick I can play a final score game here. So now we have 2 minutes tick off the clock. And that's a 36, and that's a penalty on the Quebec Nordiques. So the home team getting frustrated, down 4-1. As we roll a 4 and a 3 on the table here. That's a normal penalty. So Quebec goes shorthanded for a couple of rolls here. Boston now on the power play. 55. Shorthanded chance for the Nordiques. Holy cow, a lot of shorthanded chances tonight. Let's see who's going to take that. 1 and 7. And that would be A for the Nordiques. So Goulet again, who has the goal. Goulet, shorthanded roll coming up here. Goulet moving in on Keynes. That's a 2. And that's going to be a rebound. So let's see. Keynes for a rebound has a 4. So a 5 or a 6. And Goulet gets a shorthanded goal. No, it's a save. And in my house rules, a tie would actually set up a showdown. But I'm not playing that tonight. So that is a save. So one more roll coming up. So on the power play here for Boston. And that is a 55. And it is Quebec. Quebec on the shorthanded try here. As the power play is about to end, they go shorthanded with a try. 1 and 7. So A again. So Goulet with one more try shorthanded on Keynes, trying to cut the lead to 4-2. He moves in, shorthanded bid. That's a 6 and no goal. Stopped by Keynes. So here we are, 14 minutes to play. Still 4-1 Boston. 2 minutes coming off the clock. We're down 12 minutes right now. That's a 43, and that is a penalty on the home team. So now it's Quebec with all the penalties. So 6 and a 4. That's a standard penalty. So Boston goes on the man advantage for 2 rolls. Here's roll number 1. A 24. That is with the additional numbers for the power play. It is a scoring chance for Boston. So let's see who's going to take the shot on the power play. 6 and 5. That is M. Kluzak again. So Kluzak on the power play. Kluzak from the slot with a 4, and he scores. The slot, power play slot, 4 is a goal. So Boston is now up 5-1. And we roll 3 minutes off the clock now, so we're down to 8 minutes. That's a 12, and that is a scoring chance for Boston. They are dominating this game right now. A 37 is A. That is Crowder. Crowder moves in on Malachuk, who's still in this game, by the way. A 4 and a 5. Face-off circle. That is no goal. So we play on. 8 minutes to go. So now we got 3 minutes off the clock. Time ticking away on the Nordiques. A 43 is a penalty on Quebec. Penalty on the Nordiques. And this one is a 4 and a 10. So that is a standard penalty. So Boston goes up on the man advantage for 2 rolls. Here's roll number 1. It's a 34. That's a penalty on Boston. So the Bruins get a penalty. That's a 4 and a 5. So that is a standard penalty. So 1 roll even strength, and then 1 roll for Quebec on the power play. This is even strength. A 66. That's a chance for the Nordiques. Nordiques with 3 minutes to go. 5 and an 8. That would be F. Who's over here as an F? Anderson. Anderson with a chance. Even strength this is. That is a 2 and a 6 from the point. Shot is a save. So now Quebec's on the man advantage here. And that's a 14, and that is Boston with a chance now. Shorthanded chance for Boston. 37 is A. Again, Crowder. Shorthanded chance for Crowder. Crowder moves in on Malachuk. That's a 5, and that is no goal. So now we're down. Boston gets the man out of the box now. And this is our final play of the game. It's a 64. So Quebec trailing 5-1 is not going to win this, but they got a chance to get that last goal. So 3 and 7 is A, and that would be Goulet again. Goulet with a chance, moving in on Keynes. 5 and 8, that might be all right from the slot shot, and he scores. So he scores to make it 5-2, but unfortunately that's going to do it in our game. And let's take a look here at our time. So we raced through that just shy of 22 minutes on that one. But there was a lot of action. We had 7 goals. We had a lot of penalties. So there was a lot going on in that game. So, yeah, just under 22 minutes, folks, to play this one out here with Boston taking this one from the Colisee by a final of 5-2. So I hope you enjoyed this video here. I got more coming up here. And again, be sure to check out this great game, Shootout Hockey. I am enjoying it so much. If you go here again, shootouthockey.com. That's the website you want to go to there, and I'll have some prices and PDFs and the whole bit. And I hear the new season's coming out very shortly. So this is Dave signing off. I hope you liked this video here. I'll have more coming from Shootout Hockey. I'm going to be trying the fast action cards pretty soon too, so we'll get a chance to look at those. But anyway, have a good night. Bye bye.